Hey, what's up everybody? So welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to go through some shred licks with a neoclassical style. So I'm filming this the next day, at least the teaching portion, because I had some audio issues with my voice. But anyways, so what we'll do is we'll go through some warm-ups for your pickslanting. So the whole point of this is to make sure that you're getting faster, but also you're able to get from one string to the other more smoothly, and that's what pickslanting is for. So if you have no knowledge on pickslanting, I recommend just going on the internet and going through some deep dives on pickslanting, and then come back here. But I'll give you a quick rundown of it if you're interested in that, and we'll do some warm-ups with the open strings, okay? So a couple key points that you need to know before we get into the exercises is if I say downward pickslanting, it's pointing the pick more up towards your chest, or the back end is going down. So usually when people refer to pickslanting like upward, we're going up. We're tilting our wrist up, and then downward is we're tilting the wrist down. So when you use downward pickslanting, it's for even number of notes per string. So if you do something like a group of, 6, things like that is really, really common. So when you do that even number of notes, you can actually keep it in that same spot. But when you do an uneven notes, you're going to have to switch the angle of the pick depending on the exact numbers, okay? So it'll make more sense when we kind of get into some of these warm-ups here. So the warm-ups will be in relation to the actual exercises, okay? So we'll do them kind of in order. So the first one is a group of 5, so 5 notes per string. We're going to go on the high E string, and we're going to do down, up, down, up, down. So we're going to do first down, up, down, up, down on the high E. Then we're going to do up, down, up, down, up on the B. And I want you to try just landing on the G on a down pick, okay? And the whole point of this, again, is when you do your first 5 notes, down, up, down, keep the pick pointed down to the ground, or the upward tilt, right? Like that, and then up, up on the B, and then a down pick on the G. Focus on landing on those notes. So every single string is going to get a group of 5. So that's what I usually do to warm up, is I go through all of them slow. And then I'll do them in bursts in different spots faster. Just like that, okay? So take them in different spots, maybe start on an upstroke on whatever string gets the upstroke. Just like that, okay? So let's get into the lick. So we're in the key of E harmonic minor. I'm a full step down, just so you're aware. So you're going to end up doing a 15, 14, 12 in the high E. And then you're going to go 14, 12. And that's going to be your grouping, okay? So that's going to be the pattern for every single string. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to get on the B string, and you're going to do the leading tone. And then do 13, 12, 13, 12. So we have, so that's 16, 13, 12, 13, 12. Then you're going to go on the G, and you're going to end up doing 14, 12, 11, 12, 11. And then we're going to shift our position over here to the root position of 12, 11, 9, 11, 9. Okay, so you can practice the switch. That's a really good spot to do the burst, or maybe here. Okay, but then everything else is the same thing that you've already done, so we have, and then we're done, okay? And all you got to do again is to play it slow, and then build your way up using the bursts, okay? And go in different spots, and try to get your landing spots and focus on the switch. So when you go through the high E to the B, it should be pointed to the ground, the pointy end of the pick. And then when you go from the B to the G, it should be pointed back out the other way. So that's the whole thing of this, is you're going to keep switching the angle of the pick, and that's what you need to practice. A lot of people ask me, how much do I need to actually angle it to get out of the strings? Well, that kind of depends. It depends on, you know, how choked up you are on the pick. It depends on the kind of guitar. It depends on the gauge of the strings. A whole bunch of factors have to do with it, but it all depends on what works for you in this circumstance. I would say try to get it as small as possible, right? Because we want to get as fast as possible. So I always exaggerate it when I show it, but it does not have to be that big. For exercise number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to do a group of 3, and then a group of 6, and then a group of 3, and then a group of 6. So this is going to allow you to hold the angle of the pick with an upward tilt for the first few, and then a downward tilt for the next few. So it's going to look like this. Okay, one more time. We're going to do down, up, down. Pick is pointing to the ground, so upward tilt. Stays the same, and then when we go to the D and we hit an upstroke, up, down, up, the pick is pointed the opposite way. Then a group of 6, then a group of 3, and then we're going to be back in the upward tilt. Okay, and we're going to use the B flat harmonic minor scale on the 6th fret. And every other one gets an extra set of notes. So instead of just 3 on the low E, we're going to do 6 on the A, and then 3 on the D, and then 6 on the G, then 3, then 6 on the high. And obviously we're going to do the same thing. You're going to keep the specific pick slanting, and you're going to work on it in bursts, and you're also going to play it slow and build your way up. So a really good burst that I like to do is I like to start on the A string with the upstroke and land on the D string. It feels very awkward for me, but then when I put it all together, it feels a lot better. Okay, so that's the whole point of this, is when you do those awkward shapes, everything else just feels a lot better and a lot easier, right? So that's all good to go. You're going to practice that in bursts in the spots that you feel like you need most help with. So let's go to the next and final exercise. So for this exercise, it's honestly probably the easiest one. It's the grouping of 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a down, up, down on the high. Then you're going to do an up, down, up on the B. Then you're going to do a group of 6 on the B again. So down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's almost easier when you add the notes in there. You'll see what I mean. So we're going to do D harmonic minor. So we're going to do So that's the whole lick. So we're going to do 18, 17, 15, and then the same thing on the B. And then we're going to do the leading tone spot. So we're going to do 17, 15, 14 twice. So it should start with down, up, down, and you should tilt the pick up, and then so that way you get an upstroke on the B, and then you do up, down, up, and you should have the pick tilted downwards. That way it's going this way towards the chest, right? So you should end with an upstroke, so that way you can get to the next octave because it's the same spot. Same thing. And that's pretty much what you got to focus on. So focus on those spots that are really hard. Like for this one, I like to focus on things like the switch from the B string to the G of the next spot. Right? Things like that is going to be really, really useful for you. So that's pretty much the whole video. I really hope you learned something from this. I hope that it helps with your speed and your pick slanting, things like that. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you want to work more closely on something like this with me, if you like this style of teaching and you want to give it a shot, there are a lot of ways to contact me. So just go in the description and you'll figure it out. So I'll see you guys in the next video.